Leo. So this is your astrology reading for the month of January. This is a newer format for me, so if you like it, let me know. Just drop me a comment, and I read them all. So just let me know what you think of this. But what I'm doing here is really talking about those major aspects that happen throughout the month of January, things that you're more likely to feel than anything else, because energy is never stagnant. So when I was doing it before, I was kind of isolating them and talking about them. But what I'm doing now is kind of understanding that ebb and flow of energy for you and how it's going to impact you throughout the entire month. And so looking here, we've got Mercury. Mercury stations direct on January 1st. Thank God. So what's been happening here is Mercury was in the sign of Capricorn, and then it went retrograde mid-December, and then it actually moved out of Capricorn back into Sagittarius. And so during this time of retrograde, that retrograde in Sagittarius, and even when it goes direct in Sagittarius, this is impacting your ninth house. And so ninth house themes are higher education, philosophy. Think of like the structures that are kind of shaped your life. And so this could be religion, this could be anything big picture. So again, kind of take that eagle eye view of your life and how do you want to structure your life? Because Mercury is really highlighting that at this point here. So it's that big picture communication. This is now with it stationing direct, your words are going to become actions. So think about what exactly you need to do in order to live that life that you want to seek. And again, think of it from that big picture perspective. Are there things in your life that you need to change? Because this month there is a lot of Capricorn energy, and so it is actually highlighting your house of death and rebirth. And so this would be all the transformation, this would be all the changes that you want to make. This Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius is kind of helping to guide you down that path. What changes need to be made here? And then on the 4th, we have Mars entering the sign of Capricorn. And so now we're like fully into your 8th house energy. 8th house isn't just about that transformation. It is also about, could be other people's money. And so think about your job and where you get paid. And maybe that's something here that you need to kind of think from that big picture perspective. Is there some sort of career change you need to make in order to get the money that you're looking for? Could it be some sort of inheritance? Could there be some sort of power and control issues that maybe have kind of shaped who you are? And now it's the time to maybe let go and kind of dismiss some of that energy, because Mars entering the sign of Capricorn here is going to provide the tools necessary in order for you to take action against what it is that you want to change. And really, Capricorn, that energy is a long-term type of energy. So really think through what it is that you want to change from that perspective. Now, keep in mind, when this all is happening, you might still be trying to figure out exactly what game plan you want to implement or what all those steps are that you need to do. So be open to making some modifications here. Allow yourself to pivot if it doesn't work out exactly the way that you think it's going to. On the 11th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. And so again, with your house of transformation, what I really like about this energy is that we have the sun, the moon, Mars, and Pluto all in the sign of Capricorn. And so this is pretty significant energy for you. We have the sun, so this is how you express yourself. This is your soul's way of expressing. We have the moon here, so that is your emotional. So you think about your outward expression, you've got your internal processing of emotions, you've got Mars in the mix. So what kind of actions do you want to take? And we also have Pluto. Pluto is transformation. This is that death and rebirth energy. And so what is it here that needs to change? And really focus on what you've been learning about yourself, what kind of things have been coming to the surface that you may need to address or just release overall. Because again, like these changes, they're here to help you. They are going to be both internal with your emotions, and they're also going to be external with that sun. And so just really keep that in mind, because a couple of days later, now we have Mercury re-entering the sign of Capricorn. Now we have, the moon has already left. The moon is a very fast moving energy, so it's gone. But what we have here is we still have the sun, we have Mars, we have Pluto, and now we're adding Mercury to the mix. And so again, when you think about how you want to express yourself, Mercury is now providing that medium. How do you want to express yourself? When it comes to the changes that you want to make and the actions you want to take in order to implement those changes, how do you need to express that in order to make that happen here? So this is a really great time to set those long-term goals and then take action. Take those steps necessary to start implementing them. Be open again, because there is just this weird square to Neptune type energy that's taking place. So not everything is going to be crystal clear to you, especially in these early weeks of the month, but you are on the right track. This transformation that's taking place is surrounded by good luck and fortune. And so just kind of keep that in mind as you go throughout the month. Whatever it is that you're trying to implement for yourself, whatever these changes are, there's a lot of positivity around them. There's a lot of growth. The universe is fully supporting you in your journey here. So just keep that in mind. And then what we have right afterwards, so on January 20th, we have more Capricorn energy. And so this is actually a Pluto cazimi. So what this means is that we know that Pluto is already in the sign of Capricorn. We know the sun is in the sign of Capricorn. Both of those planets are sitting at the same degree point at 29 degrees. So that's a karmic degree point. So it indicates the closing of a chapter. This is really significant because Pluto sitting in your 8th house, sitting at the last degree point, what chapter needs to close? What are those changes? Like, get clear now on what those changes are that you need to make in your life, because this is giving you that opportunity to really start implementing it, really start to kind of flesh out all those details. Later in the same day, we have the sun and Pluto entering Aquarius. And so this is really significant because Pluto does not change signs that frequently. And so to have this happening, so it's with every ending, there is a new beginning. And so at the end of Capricorn, you're solidifying your plan. And then you are entering, well, the sun and Pluto are entering Aquarius. This is really significant. We got our first taste of this back in March of 2023. So March 23rd to June 11th of 2023 was the first time that we experienced anything with Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. This is a roughly 20-year transit. Pluto is not a fast-moving planet by any means. And so we will have, so while you can think of this as a new beginning, we did get a taste of it earlier in 2023. And we'll get a little bit more energy from Pluto and Capricorn. So at some point later this year, it is going to retrograde. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn at that 29 degree mark. So that is going to be the final closure of whatever transformation you're trying to employ within yourself and even externally too. And what that's getting you ready for is your 7th house. So if you've been holding on to, or you need to release some sort of like power and control issues, maybe some past manipulation from another person, that's all kind of coming to a close, so that when the sun and Pluto enter Aquarius, you can start to have those healthy relationships, those healthy romantic long-term relationships that you seek. This 7th house, Pluto, Aquarius, sun energy, all of it, Aquarius is a very liberating type of energy. And so what's going to happen here is it's going to feel like a brand new day for you. It really is. It's kind of shaking loose all of those maybe intimacy issues that you had here leading up to it. This is giving you a really great time to understand, why do you feel the way that you do? And maybe what triggers you? How do you heal those triggers? What do you need to do in order to move forward? And so that you can just kind of almost acknowledge them and allow yourself to move forward with just that more healthy kind of mindset when it comes to these types of relationships. And again, long-term, maybe not a marriage partner if you're not into that, but this does typically represent some sort of marriage partner. So just kind of keep that in mind. A few days later, we have more Capricorn energy. And so this is Venus entering the sign of Capricorn. And so what I love about this aspect, especially for you and the way that this is hitting your placement, this 8th house energy is kind of getting you to understand, okay, Venus is now in the mix with this Capricorn. So Venus is love, it's relationships, it's your love language. And Capricorn is that long-term plan. And so kind of the merging of these two, coming up with some sort of plan in order to get what you want when it comes to the things that you value, the type of relationships that you seek. It is a very grounded, practical way of approaching things. And so that's what the universe is trying to get you to do here. This is what the astrology is indicating will happen here for you. And then on the 25th, we actually have the full moon in your sign. And so what I really love about this energy here is you are the opposite sign of Aquarius. And so what's been coming to light when it comes to your relationships, because now you're learning about maybe all these intimacy issues. Do you keep people at arm's length for a reason? And what is that reason? Why do you respond that way? Maybe this is where you start to acknowledge and release it, because this full moon in your sign is about releasing all of these things that just don't align with who you are. They're just inauthentic for just the way you see yourself and the way you want to be long term. So this is a really great time to let go of all of those prior beliefs, all of those issues that you may have experienced in the past. And then on the 27th, we have Uranus stationing direct in the sign of Taurus. So what I love about this energy is we have Taurus. So it is beauty. It is the things that you value. It's all of it's ruled by Venus. So think about it from that perspective, where it's giving you all of these blessings in all these areas of your life. So what is it that you really want? Because Taurus is a very grounded, very practical sign. It's an earth sign here. And so with Uranus stationing direct, this is actually going to impact your fourth house of home. And so when you think about the things that you value within your home, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? You probably are already aware of some things, or maybe there were some changes that were already happening to you during this time, because Uranus has been in your fourth house, but it's been retrograde. And so when you think about your home and your home life, what changes have been happening? These would be sudden changes. This would be all of a sudden thinking and feeling differently about your home life. All of a sudden you just know something needs to change. I can't live like this anymore. Something needs to go. I need to change all of these things in my life. That's the Uranus energy. And so where it's been in retrograde, so you're feeling it more internal, it is now going direct. And so this is going to be that external change. And so this is going to be some sort of sudden change. This could highlight maybe in order to get the relationships that you want, in order to feel grounded and stable and really attached to another person, like open emotionally, do you need to move? Is there something here that needs to change? Because that is that Uranus type of energy. It would be this sudden change. And so kind of keep that in mind here. I do like the way that this is playing out for you. It's definitely impacting you, I think, in a more positive way than maybe some of the other signs. And what's also happening here on the 27th, so when Uranus stations direct, at this point until April 1st, when Mercury goes retrograde, in that window of time, so roughly 2 months, all the planets are going to be direct. This is movement forward. This is allowing yourself to just really make progress in going after your goals and releasing all of these things that maybe have held you back from those healthy type of relationships. And so all of that is being highlighted here. So Leo, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. Let me know in the comments if this worked for you. If you like this format, I'll keep going and I'll do this every month. If not, let me know that too, and I will switch the way that I'm doing this. But I hope this does resonate. And if it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.